and welcome back to another episode of Trackside Tips. My name is Dafoe, and I'm joined today by Don McDougall, who is the Vice President of ASHA, and Fred Gillis, who is the Executive Director of ASHA. Today we're going to be talking about the beautiful Track on 2 and the races happening up there this Saturday. Let's get at it.
Okay, let's start with the first race, Fred. The first race is a field of maidens. Why don't you start us off?
Well, first off, I want to commend the new owners that have Track on 2. The place is really viewer-friendly, family-friendly. They've done a lot of work, spent a lot of money, and they should get a lot of kudos for where they've done.
Definitely.
What they've done. And I'll start it off with Don't Rock the Boat, Baby. Kelly Hort's got a big stable. He don't usually mess around too much. If they're stake horse or not, he's going to find out early. He'll test them and either keep them or not.
I think that song was back from your era too, wasn't it? Okay, I'm not going to go with Don't Rock the Boat, Baby. I'm going to go with a sire that hasn't been used quite as much over the last little while, but it has thrown some good ones. A horse called Ebenezer out of a sire named Rescue Me. Dave Kelly's getting up on this horse from Sam Johnson. Closed pretty good in its first start. Track wasn't exactly tight, but came decent last half. Only got beat a quarter of a length, so that's my pick in the first race.
Race number 2.
I'll go with A Better Man. He might need a start, but I think he's suited to handle this bunch today. Long stretch won't hurt him. I think he's just poised to strike.
I'm going to take a horse on the inside. Dave Kelly's driving for Kelly and Steve Crump, a horse that's got in a race where there was a little bit of wildfire going on the front end of the race. Everything kind of got messed up a little bit and stuff, but I think Big Engine might wake up and might be rolling with a Big Engine towards the end of the mile. Yeah, that was terrible. Sorry. I'll be here all day, folks.
Let's move on to race number 3.
Fillies and Mares maiden class, Fred. Who'd you go with here?
Grace Under Pressure. He raced really well last week after a month off. I look for her to get the job done today, I think.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be my long shot. 6-year-old, and she's only raced once, which is really interesting, but raced evenly and credible and should really improve off of that start.
A good name for that horse might be Better Late Than Never.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the horse has a definite shot. I went with a horse called Dragon's Lair. It's actually a horse of a first-time horse owner. Girl works in the backstretch. James Junquist was talking this horse up on social media. Not that James Junquist doesn't talk up a lot of things. But I'm going to give him a shot on this little filly and say the Dragon's Lair is going to win race number 3.
Certainly has the breeding.
Race number 4 is a classified 1 fillies and mares, and this is a really big mix of horses, Fred.
It is. I went with Watch My Luck. She's been down east too, raced with a lot of good horses down there. She was credible when she was here before she left. JF took a few mares down there, done well. So I think she's a class of this field.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be my pick of the day, Fred. She's a class mare. She had some great starts back out in Ontario and raced really credibly against some high-level horses out there, and I hope she likes the field that she drew. She should do well.
I like your pick of the day.
Yeah, it's really tough to go against Watch My Luck. She's been an open mare in Alberta for a couple years, and as you said, raced against some good ones out east. If we were going to throw anything in as kind of a long shot, maybe Outlaw Stormy Weather, who they paid a little bit for as a young horse, and she seems to be coming around a little bit more and more, finishing up some miles and stuff, just in case Watch My Luck isn't tight, but that mare will probably be 1-9 on the board, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay,
next race.
Race number 5 is non-winners of 1501 and also eligible 4,000 claimers. So kind of horses that haven't exactly had great races over the last little while, but looking to wake up a little bit. My pick in here is a horse called Here Comes the Thunder, Mystery Chase Colt, who really shows some impressive races back and forth, but hasn't been able to get a whole lot of wins in its career and stuff. But I think today that changes.
I went with a little bit faster. I think he's just got too much talent for this group. He's a class horse. He's dropping back down. I do like Here Comes the Thunder for second, and I picked the exactor 4-1.
That sounds so chalky, Fred. Race number 6 is non-winners of 40,000, also non-winners of 1701 and 7,500 claimers. So again, a mix of horses in here. I'm going to go with a horse called Explain Not Complain, a horse that was claimed out of a claiming class, and since Quentin and Kim Schneider have gotten this horse, it's come along really well, always finishing in the mile. Probably not going to be the favorite in this race, but I think this horse is going to be coming at them, and if the horses are stopping, this horse has a solid chance to get by.
It's amazing how this horse is favorite, and he's not a chalk player, but when I pick a favorite, I'm a chalk player. I pick Tap the Keg. I think definitely the class of this field. I think wins going away. I do think Explain Not Complain could get up to the second for a 7-6 exactor.
I can't tell them the real story or why we're picking these horses, but it is what it is. The 7th race, non-winners of 35,000 lifetime, or non-winners of 1701. Looks like basically a split of the race that we were just looking at before. My pick in here, again, is going to come from the same barn, from Quentin and Kim Schneider. Another horse that's always coming at the very end. Saratoga again. Also has raced really well, in my opinion, over the year. Not a whole lot of wins, but I think this horse has a solid shot in here.
Yeah, Donna, I looked it over, and I just can't find a way to beat Don't Be a Glenda. I mean, she's won 3 in a row. I don't see anything in here that changes that today. I think she wins again.
Yeah, and a horse with a little bit of a long shot that could be in here. The 8 horse Better Be Good to Me was competitive in these kind of fields, coming back from a break. She's fast off the gate, too.
Sure.
Ever gets towards the front, might be part of it.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the last race, the 8th race, which is a classified event. Again, a mix of horses, anything from horses racing in 7,500 claimers to open claimers. So could be a competitive race, could be a different race. You're up, Fred.
I went with a pellet, and he's been very in and out this year. Horse has tremendous amount of speed when he's tracking right, but like he won a track on two starts ago, then raced rather poorly last start. But I'm going to go back to him. I think he is the class in here.
My pick was going to be Senga Nitro in here, but based on the entries and the new opening of Century Mile, the horse might not race, so I'm going to pick Ready and Steady in here. Horse that has amazing speed off the gate and actually hasn't showed it in most of the last 6 lines on the program. I think this horse will be on the front this week, and I think this horse will be really tough to catch.
Definitely.
Good pick, I think.
Well, guys, Fred, Don, thank you so much again for all of your insights. Post time at the beautiful Track on 2 in Lacombe is going to be at 1:10 p.m., and we will see you at the races.